James says he's visited the line for over 25 years now. As it is now is a great interpretation, however, a few things bug me in its current form. Um, yeah, I completely agree with that, and that's why I keep making these little changes. It is a really good effort. It is a really good representation of the line, but there's a lot of stuff on it which could be a lot better. And most of it's little stuff like you wouldn't really notice, but my favourite example of it is the gentleman's toilets at Keighley Station, which actually, Michael, while you're there,
Uh, yes, the gentleman's toilets are
if you
here.
care to have a look, the gentleman's toilets at Keighley Station, this is one of the things that bugs me, because on the platform side there, you've got the door, which is fair enough, but if you have a look at what's behind the door, it's just nothing. It just drops straight into the car park. So it's not something major. You're not really going to notice it, but it's just little bits like that I want to try and, patch up.
Right, shall we have another go?
I think we should have another go.
I want to see if it was Coal Tank that was messing up the controls, because I'm now using A and D. So I'm going to potentially leave it behind.
Yeah. Tanmir, PDSR reskin pack, Penton Dartmouth Steam Railway pack. Is that what you mean by that? If so, what specific parts of it do you mean, like locos or coaching stock? Because I think Golden Goldsmith scenarios, something like that. I think they've done a coach reskin pack for that railway.
So Matt wants us to do the shunt to move everything around to have Coal Tank at the front.
Righty-ho.
That's what he's requested. Wow, these things don't like coupling up. Right, let's try and make these back down to the right place. James says the subway is another bug at Keighley.
Yeah, it sort of goes into nowhere.
Oh, Matt says, no, I mean, do it all the same or however, but before coupling, select your loco you're going to drive and couple to the other.
Yeah, the thing is, it thought that, basically what happened there is that it thought like you were driving the coal tank rather than driving Bahamas. Which is why when it derailed, it showed you at the coal tank, not at Bahamas.
And yet on the HUD it said you're driving Bahamas.
Yeah, Train Sim does weird stuff like that. It doesn't like double heading. It can generally cope with double heading by the same developer if they've used the same scripting. But generally, double heading between different developers doesn't work. It does, but it comes up with bugs, weird bugs.
So yes, the bugs we're having at the minute are not to do with the reskins. We should probably say that.
Yeah, it's not my fault, honest. It's Michael's fault. He's broke it, not me.
I didn't build the game, so it's not my fault either. Right, so I'll push these up kind of close to the coaches and then swap back to Bahamas. That should do it. I can roll back much better with Bahamas, I think. Yeah, definitely a bug with it getting confused anyway.
Yeah.
Right, let's save it there, because if anything goes wrong, I don't need to shunt them wagons out again. I'm hoping I can just coast this bit. So James says you have done some great KWVR skins, brings the route to life. Awaiting 78022 in green and very much looking forward to 41241 in red.
41241 should be a particularly interesting one. I got all the reference photos for that, and I've offered advice and feedback to the guy who made the model for that. So that should be an interesting one. But yeah, 78022 in green. That's just waiting on the Warfella to release on Steam Sound Supreme to release this pack.
Hopefully soon, because it does look good. I've seen the preview videos.
Yeah, hopefully soon. It's been there a while, but I think, as far as I know, I think they're waiting on some sounds for some of the locos, but they've not been able to get suitable recordings yet.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. But it is with them, and as far as I'm aware, the rest of it is as well. So
I'm being super cautious now.
Gently does it, gently does it.
At least I can use my keyboard properly now, eh? Come on, release the brakes.
Yeah, Bahamas is not an easy engine to shunt with, is it?
No. You can tell it weren't built for shunting anyway. Oh, there we go. That's good enough for me. Oh my god, it jumped like that, and I'd already put the brakes on. Train sim. Making me look like a bad driver, you see.
Yeah, blame Train Sim.
I mean, you don't even know the wagons are there anymore. Forward.
So you've coupled up to the wagons, and instead of coupling up to the wagons, what's actually happened is you've uncoupled from the coaches.
Yeah, that's a good choice, isn't it?
How have you managed that?
I've no idea. Do you think I have any idea? Maybe the pointer was on it and I pressed it accidentally or something. I'm sure I was on the. Oh, now we're on here. Honestly.
Yeah, Tammy, feel free to drop me a message on Discord. I'll have a look at them.
Right, we are now coupled. Save. Get on quickly because we're going.
Right, if at first you don't succeed.
Try about 50 times.
Well, I prefer Reese's motto, to be honest. If at first you don't succeed, lie, cheat, and win. I mean, it's not a very moral motto, but, you know, it's catchy. It's practical.
I mean, I'm surprised Reese hasn't come in to see if I feel like he does.
No, yeah, I am as well, to be perfectly honest, although I might actually be at work at the moment, I'm not sure. He has a bit of a weird job pattern.
He does. Right,
Uh,
let's see how well this one goes, shall we?
yeah, let's have a go. I give it about 10 minutes before it all goes to pot.
10 minutes, right.
5 minutes, yeah, 1 minute. Yeah,
Oh, are we setting off?
yeah. Well,
we
it's
are
already,
we are gaining practice.
it has already gone to pot before you managed to couple up. So
I don't think that was my fault.
yeah. I think it was. I think I'm blaming you anyway.
I think you are. There we go. There we go. See? Moyles, he says, makes a change from seeing 41241 in red as the other three adverts are in B or black. Matt says, been there since route was released near enough. And then continues to tell me to press U to turn the brakes
Continue
off.
to tell you how to drive it because it's beautiful to watch.
Hey, I've got better in the past few months.
Yeah, that's true. It does take a while to get used to when you get into train sim.
I mean, to be fair, I did King's Cross to York, and I actually thought I was going to get barely past the tunnels at London before I stopped for a blow up, so...
I mean, to be fair, I did tweak the engine for you so it were a lot easier to drive, but...
No, you improved it to be realistic.
Well...
I'm sure you made them all equal, didn't you, I think?
Oh, what?
You improved them all a little bit, didn't you?
Yeah, I did improve them all a bit, but... I did it so, like, under neutral test conditions, they could all put out the same performance. Which was basically just because there was so much variety between them. I thought for the sake of a race it needed to be a bit fairer.
Yeah. Oh, don't dump on me now. There we go. You go from Train Sim World to this, and Train Sim definitely looks a bit more outdated now.
Yeah, but the thing is, Train Sim still has way more functionality than Train Sim World.
It does, even if it does break.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Train Sim World is not yet a suitable replacement for Train Sim.
No.
It is graphically, but it's not in terms of how it plays.
Gonna go straight through Ingro to try and catch back up.
I'll go for an express. You've got an odd consist for stopping.
Oh yeah, because the goods don't quite fit on the platform anyway, so you can't, like, say you're dropping off goods.
Yeah. And if you ever did have a move like this, it'd be an empty coach and stop move. You wouldn't have passengers on.
No. I mean, the pressure's not really going up, and I'm not quite sure why.
Probably because you've have you still got the large injector, the large ejector open?
The brake,
Yeah.
maybe.
You want to shut the large one but leave the small one open. You've just done it the other way round.
Have I? I haven't got the
Yeah.
other one open then, sorry.
Yeah, you want to swap them round, so you want the little one to be open and the big one to be shut.
I mean, we've gained some big speed. I don't know where from. Just a hillbilly, welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well.
Better than Michael's driving.
I hope so, because this is pretty bad.
Yeah. Yeah, and the thing is, if you were driving the core tank, you can get away with it, because the core tank doesn't have a speeder. But Bahamas does, and Bahamas also has all the mainline equipment hooked up all over it, which records everything. What have you done to the engine?
I've no idea what I've done to the engine, Sam.
Oh, actually, what is your pressure at? 150?
Yeah.
Ah.
What have you done now?
I haven't done anything. Do you know what it is?
What?
Core tank blows off at 150.
Ah. Yeah, it is blowing off.
You know I said train sim does weird stuff.
Yeah.
What's happening is train sim's going, oh, it blows off at 150, so it's blowing off at 150.
Oh, go on.
It's taking your boiler pressure from the core tank rather than from Bahamas.
Oh, that's incredibly helpful, isn't it?
Not really, but I bet if you press F5...
There you go. Yeah,
if,
I'm pretty much up at the top end.
yeah, I was going to say, I bet if you look at F5, your pressure will actually be right for the engine.
Yeah.
So that should be telling you you're around about 220-ish.
Yeah. That's alright. I'll try and work it on this then.
Yeah.
James, if you send us a whisper, I will post it in for you, because I think Nightbot will pull it up. But yeah, definitely send a whisper and I'll post it in for you. When we get to Awkwith, I'll take a look for you, James. Thank you.
Yeah, it's funny, Michael. The last time I remember seeing core tank and Bahamas together on a train was when we were at like Gala. I think that was 2019 Gala.
2019, yeah. Blimey.
And it snowed.
It did.
Cold. And we were stood in the field at Oakworth. And it snowed a lot.
It did. It was fun.
Well, hailed a lot. And I seem to recall that almost all of the other photographers had all gone, Stuffless, we're off to go hide.
Yep.
Me and you waited there in the hope that we'd get the train just before it all went to pot and the steam all bad weather disappeared. And I seem to recall that we only just missed it.
We did only just miss it. It was literally as it was either pulling into Awkwith or just as it was leaving, it stopped.
Yeah.
Right, this is an ECS move, but I need to stop anyway, so... So I had a very quick look at your website earlier, Sam, and
Yeah.
suddenly there was a very bright S160 in my on my screen. That looked quite funny.
It's a good one, that, isn't it?
It
Uh,
is.
it wasn't actually my idea, it was someone else that came up with it, but I saw it was like a drawing someone had done, and I saw it and I thought, huh, that actually kind of suits it.
Surprisingly, it
So
does.
I took the idea away, I made it up, and yeah, that's what it came out as. Which I think it's, to say it's fictional, it actually looks quite nice. But yeah, it's I am afraid of doing fictional and novelty reskins, which is something a lot of developers are like, oh no, you can't do that. But I think it adds an interesting touch to it.
Right, let's have a look at this whisper while we are gaining pressure or whatever we're doing here. Awaiting time because we've arrived early. That's what we're doing. Oh, that's a very nice shot, James. I'll put that in the chat. Duke of Gloucester at a Haworth, Sam, if you dare take a look.
Ooh,
Now that's one engine I'm looking forward to seeing back.
ooh, lovely.
Very nice indeed. A Class 08 next to it, perhaps? Can't quite tell.
Um, based on the date and the fact that it's got outside motion, yeah, I'd say the Class 08. See, Haworth is quite an interesting place, really. I think almost every celebrity engine in the country has been through Haworth at some point. But uh,
Even Union of South Africa's been there.
yeah, in the early days of railways, Lworth Valley was sort of the gateway to Settle and Carlisle.
Hmm.
So it was quite common for a lot of locos that were working Settle and Carlisle tours to stop at Lworth Valley for a day or two before or after the tour. So it were quite common for them to,
Yeah.
you know, go up to Haworth for servicing. So you ended up with quite a lot of famous locos there. We've had A4s there. We've had, we've had Duke there. We've had Flying Scotsman there. I think we've even had some of the princesses at Keighley.
Something parked outside Keighley, didn't it? I remember seeing a picture with it. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, Liz. Like I said, quite a lot of them. They used to they'd go on to Keighley and they'd go up platform 3 to the water tower.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we've seen a lot of interesting stuff on the Waterfella.
Yeah, it is a really lovely photo, that, James. Thank you for sharing that with us. Here comes little coal tanky.
Right at the back, pushing the auto train on its own.
Yeah. I forgot to put a tail lamp on, but I didn't dare then go back to put it back on because I knew it'd break. Let's go for the other known shot.
Yeah.
One there and then one over here. I got both of them in, surprisingly. Photo chart complete there. So if you're just joining us, then we've got Sam from Blastpat Productions here who's made this Bahamas reskin. If you've got any questions about it, then put them in the chat and he'll answer them. I can't remember what questions we've had so far, but I know that it's not ready for releasing yet and is unsure as to whether it's payware or freeware yet.
Yeah, we've answered various other questions throughout, but I think those are the main ones. We've gone through what requirements it needs as well.
So is the updated Steam textures and particles here your work, or so is there any resources needed for that?
They are, it's a load of Steam textures from various sources all clobbered together by myself to make one. But yeah, I'm umming and ahhing about releasing them. I want to try and stop them glitching when they go overlap each other.
Yeah.
If I can get them to stop glitching, then I'll probably release them just as a basic replacer.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I could make it so that they could replace it on all the Bossman Games locos. But it's just down to personal preference, really.
Yeah. It looks good.
I think the textures look a lot better, but the only issue is they glitch out a lot.
Yeah. Train Sim definitely doesn't like power.
Mosey asks an interesting question there. If it is sold, will profits from it go towards the real engines? Yes, definitely. Is the answer to that. If I do end up making it payware, which again I haven't decided yet if I will or not, it depends on a few more things which I aren't ready to publicly announce yet. But if it does end up going payware, then my intention is to donate a significant chunk of the profits towards BLS, which would be likely to be 50% or more. So yeah, if it does go for sale, I want it to support the actual engines themselves.
Yeah.
But even if it's freeware, there'll still be links to BLS all over it, so that people can go and donate if they wish to.
Tanjmia has backed up Matt and says he wants a Black 5 and Bahamas double header. Thank you, Matt. I would have remembered, I promise.
No, you wouldn't.
I would have, just too late.
You'd have remembered when you ended up in the carriage shed.
Yeah, I said I would remember. I didn't say I'd remember on time.
Yeah, James, to add a few more to your list, I believe Henry Oakley, the Atlantic, has been there. I think Lion has visited Loworth Valley. Like I said, Flying Scotsman's visited. So yeah, there is a real celebrity cast there.
Train Sim really doesn't like double heading with two engines that aren't from the same place.
Yeah.
It's just told me. It just told me I'm priming.
Yeah,
And it's not
it does weird
Bahamas.
stuff.
Oh, well, it's at least I don't think it's Bahamas. No, it doesn't look like it. How far out of the station are we then? Oh, not too far. Right, here we are. We made it this time. Let's give it a save. Right, what do you think the best way is to get all of this back down to Keithley then? Just go back to the coal tank?
Um, yeah,
Decouple and then go to the coal tank and recouple again?
yeah.
And of course we need to remember the Black 5 to pick up on the way as well.
Yep.
Oh my, it doesn't like it, does it?
No, oh, yeah.
Doesn't